Hey, welcome back to OwlCats. This is the Fatherless Behavior podcast. I'm Brendan. This is Jay.
Hey,
this is Antillion. This is who we have in today.
So Antillion came in, and right before the podcast, we just did Crutches. You guys played Crutches for a live recording. What'd you guys think so far?
So far, so good.
Vibes are good. Vibes are good.
I thought it was like our probably best recording of the song we have so far.
I think it's going to be.
Yeah.
I think it's the thing I'm proudest of that is recorded of us anywhere, and I can't wait to tell everyone about this episode. This is me breaking the fourth wall right now. I sent you here. You listen to this song again. I really love it. I'm so excited. It sounds so good.
All right, so let's introduce the band and what you guys do for the band, I guess.
Awesome. I'm Mike. I do vocals and most of the lyric writing.
I'm Noemi. I play guitar.
I'm Big Al on bass.
I'm Robert. I play drums.
I'm Bobby. I play guitar
And he does backup vocals.
and backup vocals.
Yeah, I heard you do backup vocals at Cubby Bear. That
Yeah,
was a really good show for you guys. You need that much stage to like move around. Like that was a healthy amount of stage for you, Mike.
Every other stage, I have tripped into somebody or the drums or like almost low key fallen off stage at least once. So yeah, I think that's true.
That happened to me once.
Funny, I was actually sick for that show, so I was doing terrible.
I've been there before.
It was his flu game, Michael Jordan.
Your dad was cool as fuck coming in there with like the commando camera slings.
Yeah.
Leather harness, baby.
Yeah, it was like the leather cop harness thing. Like it looked like he should have had two like guns, but he had cannons.
Yeah.
He was ready to go.
He had cannons. That was good.
No, I really liked I think that level of stage fits you guys really well because like you definitely need space to move. I remember I think the first show that I saw you guys was at Book Club. And like that was a tight space.
Yeah.
Like
But Book Club
Yeah.
is also just such a mecca. It's like just a blast to be there anytime. Yeah. We make do, you know?
are you guys
pump shoulders.
gonna try to go to the new Book Club opening now that they've relocated to the former Elbow Room, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yes.
where it's at?
That'd be nice.
Yeah, we'll be
if
there.
They have us.
Yeah,
for sure.
honestly.
For
What
real.
a come up for a local spot, dude.
I mean, like, it's kind of wild. Like, not to, I'm not trying to blow up anyone's spot at all, but like, it's kind of insane that like to become a successful like artistic venture, you just have to break the law over and over again until you have enough like experience and like support to do it legally. Because it's just like there's no easy barrier to like there's no easy entry. The barriers are so high. Yeah. It's kind of wild. It's a crazy route, but I'm so proud of them. They deserve it. They're awesome.
That's the most going legit from like nothing because it was like, hey, we can't give the address, and now it's like this address.
Yeah.
It's a popular address. Come back. Like that's so cool.
Mm-hmm.
So we've talked shows. What's your favorite show you've played this year? We're wrapping up 2024, so
My mind immediately goes to Cobra Lounge. But we have had a handful of like really, really fun ones, especially the backyard or like any house show that we've done. But Cobra Lounge, I just like remember like so many cool things happening for us. And then it was also like our first like big venue kind of show that we were headlining too. So that experience was just like surreal. And it was like the first time for many, hopefully.
What do you guys think?
I'd say I probably have to agree Cobra Lounge, but I think it was just because like we just like the way it was our first like properly like sound up, like checking up stuff, like in terms of like the setup.
Yeah, the sound was really good.
It sounded really good.
We played at Kitchen 17 a few weeks ago, or maybe a couple months ago. That was my favorite, but I think it was just because I had 5 PBRs beforehand, so I was like in the absolute sweet spot of PBR.
Plus.
Yeah. So I was just in my own
not
little
plus
planet,
beers, but just plus the entourage effect.
is that like your optimal amount? Like that's the exact amount to get you going?
I mean, I wish it wasn't, but it might be. I don't know.
I had someone come
I'm
up
still
to me
experimenting.
It's pretty good to know, though. You know what I mean? It's like, 5 beers and I'm the guy.
Taking notes.
Yeah.
Someone came up to me after the set like, yo, your bass player was grooving. He was so rock solid and into it. I was like, he was grooving, man.
Yeah. I'm always like that. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, the bass was crushing it. Right now that you guys were doing crutches, like you're using a Sans amp, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Dude, it was a awesome tone. Like
Yeah.
it felt really, really thick.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
That was awesome.
Yeah, people, it's hard to accept that apology because it really is just the Sans amp preamp. It's like, it's the tried and true preamp that bass players use for a reason because it sounds fucking awesome. So
it's just cool to like see things validated. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, Reddit was right.
yeah, exactly. I put my faith in the store person at Chicago Music Exchange. They're like, "This is the one you want." I said, "Okay, let's go get some gigs," and here we are.
Yeah, it's a great option.
Band field trip? When?
Field trip.
Yeah.
We'll just start playing a song flash mob style?
Yeah.
Get kicked out? Be obnoxious?
Right.
That'd be hilarious. That like everybody's in one different section of the
Store.
like
Yeah, the store.
You got in-ears, just like, all right, 1, 2, 3, start.
Wait, honestly, we could do that. Like record everyone individually.
I'm into it.
What about no one here?
Absolutely not. I would never disrespect that place.
You should disrespect
No,
that.
we'll go to Guitar
That is
Center
true.
and
Guitar
do it.
Center, you
Yeah,
can
we'll go to
disrespect.
Guitar
What
Center.
about Denny's?
Facts.
Our Denny's show is coming up.
Got a
Okay.
Denny's show
I
coming
wish.
up.
No.
Oh,
I was gonna say.
we're manifesting it. We're
Yeah,
manifesting
yeah.
it. Yeah, it's coming up.
Yeah, any Denny's
There's an
connections.
IHOP right down the street.
Yeah.
Like,
We
we could
would
go
settle
fuck
for
up IHOP.
Comment down below if you work at Denny's.
House of
and
Horror.
yeah.
Or
Let us
you know
play.
of a Denny's that would host them.
Are
Yeah.
there Waffle Houses up here?
No, wait.
No.
Oh
From
yeah,
the south.
there's
Is that ratchet enough? They would let us do it.
I don't think there is one,
in Joliet.
at least in this part of
Classic
Illinois.
Joliet. Did you know that Waffle Houses are all the same? Every single Waffle House
Yeah.
has the same blueprint and layout.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
If there's a Waffle House that was too popular, and so the franchise owner opened another Waffle House across the street, because you can't expand.
Yeah.
Nice.
what a hard flex. It's like,
The
what do
more
you
you
do
know.
for a living? On both those Waffle Houses.
Yeah.
And they both get
It's
business.
like, yeah, it's like they're doing well. Thank you
Yeah.
very much. It's like,
That's my fun fact.
You see at Waffle House, like the way they take orders is like they use like condiments and stuff to like mark the order. So it's like if someone gets like pancakes, it's like a jelly packet like
Yeah,
on the
I've seen
plate,
this
and then if
code.
it's like
Oh,
waffles,
okay,
they like
yeah.
do it sideways. It's just
Oh,
so
wow.
weird.
It's
I did not know that.
It's like a
old-timey
secret code.
flagging code.
Yeah.
Wow. That
who's
is.
that for? What secrets are they keeping?
Right.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, what secret recipes those Waffle Houses have? That we gotta
Waffles,
like
right?
keep it under wraps. Is like, we don't even want them to know what we're selling every day.
Right?
Yeah.
I think for me, the venue question, one of the ones that I really loved that we didn't shout out yet was Ashbury Coffee House.
Mhm.
yeah.
So good.
I haven't been there yet.
Oh
but
my
I've
God.
seen
Me
You
either.
have to go to a show. Go to
Yeah?
a pop punk show or a punk show or Scrams. Go to something where people are going to throw down because the punks show up and they throw down there.
Yeah.
It's great. And they got beers and they got delicious like food and stuff. And they have an insane incline to get your gear up.
Oh yeah.
Oh, no. I'm playing there in a couple weeks, so.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
bring
no.
one. Literally bring a dolly. I'm not kidding.
Oh, man.
It's insane. But it's a blast. And like it was so full and my mom was there. My mom is 4'11". She might be 4'10" now. Mom, I'm sorry if I got your height wrong. But she was there off to the side taking videos, having a good time, watching it happen. That was like one of my personal favorites just because of like the room was packed. And like I really feel like
Is it a
that
big
venue, the venue just pulls out. What's up?
Is it a big room?
It's not even a big room. I think it was like full at like 80 people.
Mm-mm.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
It's the kind of place where you store your like
Gear
cases
on
and
the side of
stuff,
the wall.
just adjacent to the crowd.
Yeah.
We do that.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
that's
so good.
exactly what we do. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah, it was
We're
a
that
blast.
kind of operation. We were talking a little bit about crutches, and like I love the bass on it. That snare sounds awesome. Like I really liked everything about that song. Like the energy's awesome. Can you guys like? How'd you guys write the song?
So something that's really cool is that like the EP that we wrote that we released, Aftertaste, was really a lot of band members' almost complete ideas brought together and finished so that we could have a first body of music. And Crutches was literally the first time like we had this after we finished writing and recording Aftertaste, we had this like sit down. We're like, okay, for writing in the future, we want to like write songs collaboratively at the same time, have more of our mixed input so that we can get more of our influences in the DNA earlier. And Crutches just started with like that single like rhythm riff, like that dun 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 dun. I brought that in. It was like I was like, oh my god, I can play something that sounds almost like post-hardcore.
So,
I'm like the least talented guitarist in this band by so far. Every other person in this line can play guitar significantly better than me.
That sounded a lot like, so it's my song.
No, it's not my song at all. I'm just like, it's kind of insane to think about that I even had anything to do with it because it's such a dope song. But it literally just started with those two chords. And then I brought that to the practice space. We were like, oh, like maybe we want to do some Hot Mulligan stuff. Or like maybe we want to do some Hail the Sun stuff. We were trying a couple different riffs. But I think the thing that made it so magical was that it was like, there was nothing presupposed. It was just one part. And then we had like all of our brains on it the whole time it was growing. Just so dope.
It started with a riff. Like, what came next? Like, well, what's like the
always
theme of
riffs?
the song?
Always starts with riffs, for sure. Bobby usually brings it out for like most of the songs we write.
Right?
Yeah. It was like Mike's part that he brought in. And then we kind of like just wrote in the order of the song. So like the next part is like the pre-chorus, like the doom 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 doom. Like I think I suggested that. And then we were thinking of like a chorus, and I just remember like talking with you, Al, a lot on like the chorus, and like just like you were always like, I always want it to be like headbangable, like like dun 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 dun. And I think you just kind of made, like we made the progression for it, and then for that chorus, and then I think while these guys were like away, I was just like recording or like practicing guitar. I wanted to put more into that part. So I like put the lead line in the part. I just like, I just thought of it, and I just like, I think I started to play it and it was like, oh, this can like descend down like really cool.
Yeah.
So I did that.
And I was very much like, oh, this specific Hail the Sun song, I don't have this specific part of it in the chorus. Like, I don't have the guitar skills to pull it off, but I just like feed that information to Bobby and Noemi, and I'm like, please just give me something. And they're just like way more talented and just like fucking do that. They just rip it. It's beautiful.
I think like the biggest thing about this song was it came from, we had an initial riff idea, and then we just had inspiration from the songs that were coming out at the time. Like, one of the biggest inspirations for that song was 60-minute session blocks by Hail the Sun. And just mainly that like chorus. It's like a very like, more so the feeling of that chorus. It's like very soaring and like these arpeggiated like lines, and Mike, you just watch him in the video, you'll see. That's the feeling it gives
Your
off.
guys' build up to the chorus is awesome, and then the transition into that like softer part is fucking fantastic. Like that drop off, and then it comes back in with like the subtle twinkly guitar. Like, nice. I really like that.
The proggy, like jazzy, groovy decisions are very much like Robert's DNA on the band.
Yeah.
Like everyone in the band like loves and appreciates stuff like Chan and Yvette Young and stuff and Covet. But I think Robert really just has that like jazz chops and like loves putting it in to that that zone, that feel. And it's just a really good time getting to like give people a break from the madness, Lets us juxtapose that dynamically.
Yeah, we were talking Chan, Polyphia, and the Tracys outside because it's just like different rhythm stuff and like all instrumentals. Like instrumental bands are fucking crushing it like this year. Like it's so fucking cool to see.
That's definitely one thing I think we focused on more with this song is I think if you took out the vocals from any of the other songs, they would feel a little empty. But this song, I think, stands alone for most of the song without vocals. And then you add the vocals on top, and it feels so complete.
Yeah, the transitions are super tight too. And like everything sounds super full and just like ripping at 100 the whole time. Like, I really like the energy of the song. The drop off was cool too. Like in the mix, the drop off just goes so quiet and subtle. Like it really adds like a moodiness all of a sudden. Like, and the energy drops. It was really fun.
And then the little bell right before the guitar.
Oh, right. It's
like
like
that crisp bell ring.
That's the best part of the song for me.
It really is kind of a smorgasbord song. Like we all just kind of like threw darts at it and like took
the licks
best
on the
ideas of
bass
all
were
of them.
insane. Like the bass lines were driving and very groovy. Like I like that shit.
That's something I'll say is like Crutches and now the songs that we're writing afterwards, like there is definitely it's not just that Al has like finds the root note of what we're playing and plays it. It's that he like finds like the harmonic dimension that's missing to make it all really pull together and make sense. Like the first time I heard the bass line he added to like this, the song after this one, the only newest one that you can hear in like our live sets, Praise the Swan. He put a note in there that I was like, oh my God, like this chorus just like leveled up entirely with like one transition note. And it's like, and he'll say like, he doesn't really like write on the songs. He just writes his part. And I'm like, the dimension added in stuff like Crutches, because there's so many layers, like that bass has so much space to take up and such room to fill, grounding the rhythm, that like, I think it's an enormous part of the song's feel and groove, Groove would be totally different without it.
Yeah, I'm pretty good.
I think
we gas him up because he doesn't say that often enough.
I think the cool part about this band is like we all kind of like the same music, but we also have we come from different places. Like I know Mike and Al are really into like the rock stuff and like some of the alternative stuff. Me and Noemi really love post-hardcore and swancore. Bobby comes from the pop punk emo stuff. But like within that we have commonalities. But for songwriting, I think that's really helpful because they'll hear things that I don't hear. And like I'll have a vision for like what I think the song should be, but that's not always like, it doesn't always translate, you know what I mean? So I think just having 4 other people to help aid in that and like, give advice on things that maybe I thought sounded good, but like in the grand scheme of things, maybe it wouldn't have worked as well as I thought. And like, I think everyone does that. Like Al, Noemi, like they'll have suggestions that will completely change the song without them knowing. And it's like, it's a good like collaborative process. It takes a long time, but.
So you guys mentioned earlier that you guys had a specific song that influenced like the sound, but like all your parts, like do you guys have like a specific band you were kind of like channeling when you were writing your parts and stuff? Like who do you guys think this song kind of sounds like?
For me, not really, except for just one part when Bobby plays the solo at the beginning. I was trying to channel the Viagra Boys with that bass riff, just like really rhythmic, very like cyclical, and just like it just like kind of falls over on top of itself, just like keeps the groove going. But typically, no, I just kind of play what instinct tell me to play.
A lot of my the dual lead chorus stuff, and then some of the melodies that like came out like towards the end of writing came when I was revisiting my Under Oath phase. It was like right after they announced I think it's the 20th anniversary tour that they're doing, and I was just revisiting a lot of that music, and I was like, okay, we have to do a lot of this, and they have a lot of like really dramatic buildups that will like be like a whole section and maybe even like a section going into another, and then they'll like drop it with like a big transition and then go into like a really dramatic chorus. And I was like trying to channel in a lot of that, and it came out okay.
Yeah, you guys are very dramatic. Like sonically, like it's pretty cool. Like
it's kind of our angle.
The mood changes like throughout the song, and it really drives you to be like, hey, feel this way now. Like again, coming back to that drop off. That drop off is such a strong like shift, but it sounds so rad.
Yeah,
and like the lead into it is perfect.
I feel like the vibe that we talked about from the start is like jazz club. It's like it goes from being this like the imagery that like guided the writing of the song. There's that like guitar part, the ding dong ding dong. Bobby and Al and I were talking about like that was to emulate to play off the guillotine lyric. We were like, what if we did like a dropping note as like a dropping blade?
Yeah.
And so it was cool how like those kinds of things just like continued through the song. Just like we went from, and so we knew we wanted like that pre-chorus to be like this very like aggressive, abrasive, like almost violent feeling. And so whenever we go to our bridge, we're like, what is the total polar opposite of that? To just like give people like the juxtaposition so that when we bring it back, it feels right. And it was like, yeah, this like groovy, jazzy thing. And so it becomes like, in my brain, it's like this like spotlight moment where like the whole song is like, you know, a aggressive call out, as are all my songs. But like that moment to me is just like spotlight on the stage, and like it's candlelit, and I just like get to look right into the camera and like sing the lyrics to the person it's about, but like really like, you know, piercing or whatever.
What is the song about, actually?
It's about,
because today I think is like the second time I've really heard a like recording of it.
Yeah.
You sent me that one live session that you guys got. That was just a board mix that you got last time, right?
no, that live session
Where did that audio come
was just the camera, George's camera at book club.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
So yeah, what the song is about is essentially just like hanging around for a relationship that may or may not happen. Just like waiting around for someone like can't decide if like, you know, it's going to be like you or not, or if they can't be in a relationship at all. And it's just like asking that person to like make up your mind. And it's like, you know, the aggression and violence of the lyrics is like, obviously it will hurt me a lot if you like end this and just give me the clear no. But like, I would prefer that to just waiting in limbo. So it's all about just like, you know, like the drop the blade is like, you know, make the decision, make the call. Even if it's no, just like get me, like free me of waiting around and being stuck here.
That's intense.
That's a relatable feeling, honestly.
I try to spin it true.
Yeah.
I always forget, and so it's always fun for me to relearn what the songs are about. Because like I don't listen to lyrics when I listen to music, so it's like I have no idea what songs are about ever, unless somebody tells me,
Right.
and then I forget 2 days later. So
And that's actually like a thing too. Like some people are genuinely just like lyric listeners, to where they have to understand the lyrics to like a song.
I'm the
And
opposite.
then other people are like, we like the melody more, or we like this part more.
I just hear it. I just think of the vocals as another instrument that
Yeah.
plays a melody.
Yeah.
It's not that I'm not interested in lyrics, but I'll listen to a song for like a year before I consciously be like, yeah, what words are they saying?
Yeah.
Unless I'm like singing along to the song, then that's different because you need to know the lyrics. But
I do think that's how most people consume music. So I think it's important still, like when we're writing songs, that we keep that in mind. You know, it's like great lyric writing will like keep fans entrenched and invested, but like it's not, great lyric writing can't get you a fan unless you're like spinning.
you think about like Bob Dylan, where it's like
Right.
it's like at a certain point it comes a different dimension of the art where lyric writing is
I
like
was gonna
poetry.
say, I think rappers would disagree. It's
No, that's
like-
totally
yeah,
fair.
it's
And I
like-
meant like if you have very exposed vocals where like that's the only thing, like sure, obviously, like really like chill pop indie music, like the huge sad girl explosion of like Lizzie McAlpine and like Phoebe Bridgers, like they have great songwriting and they have great melodies, but like I don't think you're remembering those songs you're humming along. They're like just spitting the truth. But you can hear that really well. A lot of rock musicians, you can't even hear the vocals all that well because there's a lot going on. So it's like, it is, I think to Al's point, I feel the same way. It's like, it's got to be a good listenable instrument. Otherwise, my words do not mean anything.
So what does everybody like consider themselves? Like, would you say you're a lyric guy or like
I'm definitely a melody guy.
Okay.
I listen to melody at first, not and like it was said, it's not that lyrics aren't important at all, because like they are important to this song. But with me, I just listen to the melody more. Like, and whether that's in the vocals, the bass, or the guitar, like especially like when there is a specific melody that plays throughout the song underneath the vocals, I love that.
Oh, yeah.
That's actually a very common thing.
what about you guys?
I was gonna say, like, don't invite me to karaoke night, because
Yeah.
I swear, like, the only song I know, like, word for word, is like "Teenage Dream" by Katy Perry.
So,
That's a good
Um,
one.
Everything else, like,
It's high
even like
energy.
stuff that like I'm super like influenced on, like I can't even, like, you hold a gun to my face, I don't know the lyrics, so I am like a melody gal. And even in like songwriting, if there's a chance where I can like hear a melody in the writing or in the lyrics, like I'll like try to copycat it, but I'm not necessarily like listening for the lyrics unless it is like Phoebe. It's like that's like the only thing
Yeah,
that
she
you
herded.
hear, like in comparison with the guitar. Like she's just like speaking her truth.
What about you, Big Al?
Yeah, I mean, I was playing bass to like a French song the other day, and it took me like 4 or 5 plays through the song before I realized it was in French. Because like I was listening to the bass part, and it was really groovy. So it's like that's what my mind latches onto. And the 5th time through, I was like, oh, this song's in French. I have no idea what they're saying.
So you're even more of a rhythm guy than like.
I mean, it's melody too. I just don't process the lyrics. I just don't think about it, I guess. But.
Shout out Foxing. Hell 99 is such a good song. It got Al to look up the lyrics.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's been a long time since I looked up the lyrics to a song.
Robert,
So the new Foxing album.
Both, but melody trumps lyrics all day, every day. I think like the best way to write like melodies or like, you know, to write a part for a vocalist is to tailor lyrics to a melody, because if you have a catchy melody, the lyrics will hit even harder if you pick the right lyrics for the melody. One person I know who does that really well is Spencer Sotelo of Periphery. I know he writes all melody. He'll do like a cappella, like do 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 do, and then he'll just tailor lyrics to that.
I do that. So I do the Peter Griffin hang. So like when I'm like figuring out like what lyrics to put this stuff, I'll just be like, it's really dumb, but it really works for just like the cadence of the song, along with like figuring out how you want the dynamics. Of
I don't know if you guys watched like the Disney Plus Beatles documentary of
No, I
them
haven't.
recording it. What is it, Abbey
I've
Road
seen
or
some
whatever
of
it was? But yeah, there was a big chunk of that where they're just like, "What the fuck rhymes with donkey?" And they're like, that's how they made a lot of their lyrics. Was just like, "What rhymes with this word?" Like, absolutely no meaning whatsoever. Like on a lot of those nonsense songs, you like, well, surely the Beatles had some hidden meaning behind these lyrics. No, there's
No.
flashcards that they
No.
fucking arranged in an order because they were in a time crunch and a deadline to make a song.
Yeah. I think I'm definitely a like melody guy as well. I think especially like when I'm writing music, I feel like a lot of times I write things that could be sung or like incorporate that into a rhythm part where it's like if I'm playing like a power chord, like I'm changing between different power chords, like I usually add some sort of like melody on top of it in like the same part. So yeah, definitely a melody kind of guy. And like for like listening, also just like vocals is just like another guitar to me kind of. And then, then you add the lyrics and it's, the cherry on top.
Yeah, because you guys have really cool like guitar solos and riffs, and I have heard that like the best guitar solos are the ones you can like sing and like air guitar to. So it's like if you can do all the different bits with like just your voice, it does make it way more catchy and fun of a guitar solo. Like
I think we've talked about before, like when Bobby wrote that guitar solo in the beginning, we were like, wow, we can really like sing that. Like if you try to sing along to it, if you memorize it, like it's really singable. So I think it's a good solo.
No, and I think you guys do that really well. Like I think it's a really cool thing to do. I would like to see like because it's not a thing that is super popular like right now, I think, in the modern scene, but like the dueling guitar solos where you guys kind of like harmonize solos, very like 80s metal, and like, dude, you guys could do it so well. Like I love that fucking sound.
Oh, absolutely.
Harmonized guitar solos fucking get like that's awesome.
And
Yeah.
you'll see
Yeah.
me, you'll see
Oh,
me
yeah, yeah.
doing air guitar like while we're on stage because I just can't help myself. And like I need to stop yelling into the microphone like Bobby on guitar, like Nami on guitar. Like I just need to dance because like it's like lame and people are there listening to music. But like I just love their solos so much. I'm like, guys, look, jazz fingers. I'm like, please, they're shredding so hard right now. I'm just like every time I'm on stage with this band, I'm like, I'm surrounded by such talented ass people. I'm just like having such a good time.
Yeah, your guitar solos are cool. You could definitely air guitar to your songs.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I think it's pretty sweet.
Thank you.
I mean,
That's the goal.
That's a litmus
It's a cool-
test I run
cool
when you write songs. The questions I ask myself are, could I sing this later? Is it memorable?
Mm.
And does it make me want to bob my head when I listen to it? Those are like the two biggest tests that I always ask
Oh
myself.
yeah,
when
if
I
it
listen to music.
provokes involuntary movement of any
I
kind,
mean,
like
if
tap
it
your
doesn't,
foot,
then
move
it's
your
not
head,
worth listening
anything,
to.
yeah.
I find myself like when playing crutches, I like sway back and forth during the chorus, like
Right? Doesn't
Yeah,
it feel like
I
that?
do
I
that like
started doing it
unconsciously.
unconsciously, and now I just do it every time because it's so fun. Just like
Have you guys heard of Atmos, like the 360 sound design?
Dolby
thing?
Atmos,
Yeah.
yeah.
It would be cool if you guys could get that part like to go around you when you
Like a
stereo
Matrix
headphones.
camera.
Yeah.
Dude, that would be
hard.
so fucking cool.
Wait, we
I want to
could-
get into that.
I mean,
Tell
he could
Matt.
do that.
Tell Matt. Get him
Be
on the
like,
phone.
make it dance around my head, Matt.
Pan it. Like the left and right could change in phasing. Anyways,
Needs to
writing
sound
is happening
purple.
here.
Write that down,
It's
write
a
that down.
Fatherless Behavior
This is the
podcast.
creative this is the creative process. Is like, what do
So
you
dope.
think? Yeah,
Fatherless Behavior.
yeah. You got some stories for us?
I was gonna say, have we seen anything at a show that was like crazy?
I
Any of
mean,
our
I
shows?
feel like the craziest thing was our one show in Kalamazoo, Michigan.
Ooh,
It was late. We were all tired, and like the last band was playing, and it was like a DIY venue, so like it wasn't even like a real venue. It was like a hair salon, I think. And so we're just playing like on the floor of this hair salon. There's like a couch, like the opposite wall, and Mike, like this band is super loud, and Mike just passes out cold turkey on the
Wait,
couch
oh my
in
God.
front of
So
like,
loud that the cops came to shut us down, and Mike is asleep just in the middle.
Yeah. I like tried like,
right in
poking
front
him.
of a 412. Good times.
Oh, so yeah, so Mike just passed out, and I was like trying to get him to like.
yeah,
I didn't know how heavy of a sleeper he was. I've never, you know, been
Were you
asleep.
guys on tour?
Honk shoe.
No, not on
It
tour.
was just like
Oh.
it was literally like
One
a
off,
day trip.
yeah.
We were
Which is
touring to
Touring.
Kalamazoo and
And
back, with Taco Bell on the way.
That was a fun show. But yeah, I went to sleep at like 3 a.m. that night. And I was,
Yeah, but the show got shut down by the cops
yeah.
while I was asleep.
Fun.
I didn't
Oh,
even
man.
know. I heard about it on the Instagram.
Yeah, you
later.
woke up
He was-
after the cops
He was
left.
such a peaceful sleeper though. He was just like sitting in his chair, just
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
eyes closed, like he is now, but with his eyes closed.
My
basically.
sister will tell you, like, our genes, we come from sleepy genes. Like, we used to make fun of my mom as, like, when we were young because she would, like, fall asleep during, like, Star Wars or, like, a movie at the movie theater. And now we're the same way. And my dad, like, sleeps, like, 2 hours after he comes home from work every day. We're just, like, sleepy genes, baby. And when it's time to go night-night, like, you can't rouse me. I've heard stories of people trying to rouse me, like, picking up my leg, letting it drop. Doesn't work. So
You
we've
gotta be
driven a long
careful.
way.
Because like, if you sleep too heavy, that's how people get buried alive. You know what I mean? Like,
God.
they woke up in the
Yeah.
morgue because it's like, yo, we tried to get him up. It
I'm
wasn't
surprised I
happening.
haven't woken up with like a special mustache or some extra face.
It's like
art
they just
before.
left you in that basement. Like that's crazy. Did they check? Were they like, he's breathing, he's all right? Like,
I'll send you. We'll find the picture and I'll send it to you guys. You can edit it in.
well,
Put the
yeah,
picture
we'll
up here,
insert it right
Sleepy
here.
Mike. That's beautiful.
That's hilarious. Was that like recently this year? Or?
Yeah,
it was this year. Yeah. There's actually like a vlog on our YouTube channel about it.
Oh, plug the YouTube.
Plug the
Oh
YouTube.
yeah, definitely go to our YouTube. Basically, it's a lot of like live set performances where it's like the terrible camera audio, but like you see us going hard and we're having a good time and you can still hear things happening. We also have a cover though that's like really well recorded. Bobby and Robert and I put it together. And then yeah, we've got a couple of vlogs. We've got the making of the EP, and then Robert put together a Kalamazoo, Michigan vlog. So that was really cool. And I'm really glad he did that because like going out of town for the first time, even though it was like a 2-hour drive,
Oh, that was the first trip.
it was our first time out of
Mhm.
town. I mean, you know, we've been to the suburbs of Chicago, but it doesn't really count. It was our first time out of
Yeah.
state.
Yeah,
It
you
was
crossed
really
two
cool.
states. That's pretty
It
rad.
was really cool. It was awesome. I mean, like, even we showed up to get food when we got there, and the guy working there was like, "You guys are in a band." He just clocked us immediately. He's like, "Are you guys a band?" And I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Oh, you're playing the Lunchbox tonight?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "So you're Antillion?" I was like, "This is crazy." We just showed up in a city as like a tiny band who's like 600 followers at the time, and this guy knows who we are because he's seen the posts. And I know Kalamazoo is not a big town, and it was like literally down the block, but it was still such a cool, surreal moment. I was like, "Wow, we're Antillion." He knows. He saw the flyer. He clocked us from a million miles away. It was a really cool experience.
Did he pull up to the show? Because if he doesn't,
I don't even think he did.
Yeah,
Yeah,
what
his
the
shift
fuck?
ended late.
Yeah.
His shift ended too late.
It was
Also,
like,
there
oh,
another
that's
dope
you
show
guys?
happening that night.
I don't want to go. Like that's
Yeah.
crazy.
It was a blast though. The like local band, Red Deck Wins, shout out. They were great. They were absolutely so dope to hang out with and just chill. And you know, I wish we got there a little earlier because they were like, "Listen, we live across the street from the venue, basically. Like, come to the skate park. Like, we'll chill." They were such chill. They were good guys, good homies, good guy and friend. Yeah, go stream their music. They're great.
Yeah, so just tell people where to find you guys so they can stay up to date with all your upcoming shows. I know you guys have a show tomorrow, so that's pretty fucking sweet.
Yeah, we're everywhere. Antillion Band, or just look up Antillion. You'll probably find us. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok.
There's a little kid whose name is Mark Antillion.
That's
We're
not
bringing
us.
you down.
It's not us.
We're bringing you down, Mark
my gosh.
Antillion.
Yeah, gotta watch out.
We're
man.
gonna bury you in the algorithm.
He's probably
Oh,
like my
shit.
third
All
cousin.
right, cool.
He's like 13 years, he's like 7 years old. He's like a really young kid. I don't know why
I'll kick your ass, kid.
He's on like America's Got Talent for like the Philippines or something.
Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah.
That's why he has
Challenge him on his turf. Tour to the Philippines.
Oh my God, you're so
Yeah.
right.
Like, go to Philippines Got Talent. It's like, hey, we're Antillion from Chicago.
Antillion, nice Antillion.
You're Filipino, right? We could get in.
We're going to your
It's like-
homeland.
We could get in
Oh,
there.
you're Filipino?
Yeah.
Dude, that's the in right there.
Yeah,
You gotta show up
we're
and
set.
just have shirts that say "fuck Mark Antillion."
Slandering this 7-year-old.
Are you allowed to say
He
fuck
finds
him, like
this.
fuck him
Oh my
when
God.
he's just like a little kid? Like he doesn't deserve that. Like
I mean,
Just kidding.
he doesn't deserve that. He's a nice kid.
how would you insult him in Filipino or Tagalog?
I do not speak
Oh,
Tagalog.
okay.
Cebuano?
I don't speak any. I'm so out of touch with my culture. It's embarrassing.
He's fine.
They have like a
Next
shit
time.
ton of languages down there. Like it's like different
wouldn't
dialects.
know.
It's crazy. All right, but yeah, that's Antillion Band. Thank you guys so much for coming out and doing that live session. Crutches will be out on YouTube soon, and thanks for tuning in to Fatherless Behavior.
Thank you
you
so
for having
much.
us.
Hell yeah.
That was a blast.
Wow, the light died as soon as it ended.
Oh.